Hello, friends, and welcome to a lesson on the unit division board. Now, you may have seen something that looks like this before. In our elementary classroom, we have boards that look like this for the racks and tubes. However, the racks and tubes contain 700 beads, 7 racks, 70 tubes, and potentially up to 4 of these boards, and that is a lot of work to build that. So you probably want to work at least on your division facts, and this is the key. I made this one with a printable off the drive. It's just on a piece of cardboard that used to be a diaper box. How fantastic. I also took a chopstick and actually sort of pushed it in to make these into divots that will be able to hold the beads. Speaking of beads, I've got 3 cups here. One is empty, one is filled with 81 beads, and one is filled with 9 larger beads. And the reason I have these beads set up like this, I need 81 beads to divide out numbers all the way up to 81, that 9 by 9 square. I need 9 large beads for the divisor, what I'm going to be dividing against, and this is how I'm going to set up my number. It's by placing a certain number of these beads into that cup. These are actually from a lunchbox that I have, but you know, we have to be creative. I also have a piece of graph paper here, and that actually is all I need. Oh, wait a second. Now I have everything I need. Oh, wait! I actually still need a actual problem to solve. Let's start with something like, how about 16 divided by 4? 16 divided by 4. Now you can write it sideways like this, but you're also welcome to write it like this if you are more comfortable with that. So making that little cliff, putting the dividend inside the cliff and the divisor on the outside. Or also, of course, you can put the dividend first and the divisor after. Either way, we are ready to solve as soon as we count out the dividend, and it's 16. So I'm going to grab my cup and count out 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, and 15, and 16. Oh, I have to set up my divisor, and that's where these larger beads come in. My divisor's 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Hey, get in line. Okay, now you could do this, you could use this material to do a straight review of all of your division facts. 1 divided by 1, 2 divided by 1, 3 divided by 1, 4 divided by 1, or 1 divided by 2, 1 divided by 3, 1 divided by 4, whatever you'd like to do. But you can also work on your other problems too, all the way up to 81. So, what are we going to do? We're going to take this cup right here, which has my dividend, my 16, and I'm going to divide it out evenly amongst this divisor. There's one for you, one for you, one for you, and one for you. Now remember, we're really kind, and we have to give everybody an even amount. If I gave one of these beads 2 or 3, you might hear some shouting. You know, they don't think that's very fair. So we're going to stick to making sure everybody has one before we give anybody else anything else. And if you are able to push those holes in just a little bit, it keeps those beads from moving around very nicely. Look at that. And there's just a little bit more left in this cup. And there we go. I'm completely out, so I know that I'm done with this problem. What I'm going to do now is look at how much I gave each bead. And I can see, I can even look at this number right here. I can see each one got 4. And the answer in division is always what 1 gets. So for my answer, if I'm using the sideways method, I can easily write my answer to the side of that. If I am using the cliff method, we could call it, I'm going to put the answer above it. Let me put that a little bit closer so you can take a look. See, The answer is going to go right up to the side, and on this one, it's going to go right up on the top. And notice I put it above the 6. It's because that's a unit. That 4 is in the units category, that 6 is in the units category. If I put the 4 over here, it'd be like the tens. And I don't think 4 can fit into 16 40 times. Now that answer was perfect. Let's try another number that won't have a perfect answer. This time I'm going to do, let's divide something by 2. How about the number 7? Oops. Let's make sure we're putting our beads back into the right place. So I'm going to count up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I'm going to write down my problem as well. 7 divided by 2. What do you think it's going to be? Oh, you already know the answer, huh? Well, let's just see if you're correct. 1 for you, and 1 for you, and 1 for you, another for you, and here's another for you, and here's another for you. Whoa. Got one left over. That's perfectly okay. That's what we call the remainder, and that happens sometimes. There's not always an even number to give out, but you can see clearly the answer that each one got is 3. What we're also going to do is we have to make sure to write that one down. That's our remainder. Put a small r and we'll put a 1. And let me write that in both ways so that you can take a look at what that's going to look like. And so there you go. There's my answer. 7 divided by 2 equals 3, remainder 1. And there's the other version right there with that 7 divided by 2 and a 3 above it and a remainder of 1. So use this division board to make your division facts even stronger. Use it to solve out numbers that maybe you haven't explored before. And always have a great time dividing and conquering.